My name? You want my fucking name? Just give me my fucking pills, bitch. Don't make me come across that counter. I need my fucking pills, bitch. Looking at me sick, bitch, you looking at me sick. I'm about to flip out on this bitch and do all types of crazy shit. Looking at me sick, bitch, you looking at me sick. I'm about to flip out on this bitch and do all types of crazy shit. Looking at me sick, bitch, you looking at me sick. I'm about to flip out on this bitch and do all types of crazy shit. Looking at me sick, bitch, you looking at me sick. I'm about to flip out on this bitch and do all types of crazy shit. I keep looking around at these motherfucking frauds, claiming gaming, claiming nuts, and then I'm just like, nah. Purple and black, that's just what I'm saying. I hit you with a high kick and I leave your bitches screaming. Was it in the city? Everyone thinks they cops, acting like some CIs, and then I'm just like, see ya, I wouldn't wanna be ya. I'm already fucking your bitch. I hit it a couple of times and then I send her off with the rest. I ain't having a girlfriend, all they do is causing problems. I'm doing it like a pimp, problems all I do is solve them. Stacking up my paper, flipping my chips and getting it quick. That's just right. Another white boy and I'm standing about 5'6". Just ask around, proof it with proof, I got that clout. Getting the money, getting it chick, I split it up in this house. Look, what I'm telling you is the motherfucking truth. If haters gonna hate, I let them hate and make them poof. Looking at me sick, looking at me sick. Your girl is looking at me and she thinks I'm fucking sick. Better call the doctor cause I think I'm getting sicker. Man staring at me and I know my dick's bigger. Looking at me sick, looking at me sick. I'm about to flip out in this bitch and do all types of crazy shit. Looking at me sick, looking at me sick. Your girl is looking at me and I'm about to feed this dick. In my fucking city, they always keep it this gritty. I've had homies fucked over less than a fucking 50. If you talking about that green, you better be talking about them trees. My boys stacking up paper higher than a Vegas temperature beat. You couldn't get this high if you took off in a shuttle. Love to bring you down and I bring it to a crumble. Ready to rumble, jumping off this cliff, I leave you in a puddle. When you out here on the streets, it's a motherfucking jungle. You gotta keep it G, just a white boy bringing heat. Never brought the beef to anyone who wanted peace. Best believe the beef will rise if they do deserve it. Tie on to your dome and then I hit it perfect. The cops will love to bust me cause now I got some money. Doing it right, hitting it tight and no one can take it from me. It ain't about the barking, chopping it on the mic. Why's that? Just to introduce you to my motherfucking life. That's right, looking bitch. At me sick, looking at me sick. Girl is looking at me and she thinks I'm fucking sick. Better call the doctor cause I think I'm getting sick. Looking at me sick, looking at me sick. Looking at me sick, looking at me sick. Your girl is looking at me and she thinks I'm fucking sick. Girl's like a vacation, damn she's a trip. Looking at my dick, she's looking at my dick. Half of you are fake, the other half ain't true. I know it's true. I found the proof cause I'm always testing fools. People playing games and they saying some clever shit, and they walking it with their words and they keeping it with that lip. Bitch, I'm a pimp, I keep your hoes slinging it with my dick. And I knew straight from the start, you was a fucking snitch. Life's a fucking bitch, you got everybody else in here fooled. You's a fucking tool, I'm the driver and you're screwed. Could you please drop me off here? I got that headache and I'm tired. About to flip out on this bitch like a match, we on fire. Wild out, do what I gotta do. Bitch, you making me sick and you better get out my news. Do it for you and nobody else cause nobody else is gonna help. Thought you were heaven sent but it's clear that you're from hell. Feeling like a prisoner in my own jail. Just another story of my life. Well, looking at me sick, looking at me sick. These people looking at me and they think I'm fucking sick. Better call the doctor cause I think I'm getting sicker. Better call somebody cause my dick is getting thicker. So you looking at me thick, looking at me thick. Your girl is looking at me like she wants to ride my dick. Get on some new shit, you couldn't get like this. Couldn't get like this, bitch, you couldn't get like this. Yup. Vegas made, Vegas paid, born and raised. Representing the purple and black. If you ain't knowing about it, get a heart attack, bitch. If you ride with me, you going with me, homie. From the west side, born and raised motherfucker. Little white boy 5'6". Put you in a ditch, dipping off with your bitch. Slap you with my dick, bitch.